Hello and welcome again to an episode of Unisharks podcast. I was going to say something stupid, but I decided not to. Okay. Um. So to start off, we'll start with the meme of the week. Um. Lemonhead. Would you like to? Lemonhead. Sorry. I totally mixed our names together there. Anyways, Lemon Shark. Would you like to describe the meme for us, please?
Yes, I would love to. One second, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. So, um, there it is. Okay, so there's this caption where it's like, friend one says, "What is your favorite trilogy?" And other people say, "Star Wars, me, Lord of the Rings," and also, but then it turns to me, and there's like this, how is it called? Like a news headline where it's like, at some sort of school, the headline says, "The student attacked by seagull." Then the next day it says, "Seagull attacked by student." The third one, "Angry seagull strike back." Quite the quite the what's it called? Escalation of events.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if is it the same seagull or did it like get its friends?
It started like a little war between the students and the
Yeah.
seagulls.
That'd be
I
pretty
have
fun.
I have heard that crows will like remember people's faces and they'll like tell other crows to like go after that person if you piss them off.
Yeah.
So maybe seagulls do the same. I don't know.
Yeah. But I don't know if they're that smart though. Maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I would imagine them being the smart birds of the bunch, but hey, you never
Yeah.
know, I guess.
Well, they might be similar to pigeons where they're controlled by the government.
Oh, yeah, there's cameras disguised as pigeons.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. We'll make sure to share that in the description. Before we start, any news? Anything we should bring up?
Mm, nothing I can think of really.
Okay.
Business as usual.
I don't know. I thought
I
you
mean-
give.
All right. All right. We'll start off with the first topic. So my topic, I actually didn't tell you guys before we started, but it was so I just finished the fourth season of Castlevania on Netflix, and I wanted to hear you guys' opinion, not on the show, because I'm pretty sure I think I showed you guys a couple clips, but didn't watch it with me. Um, it's pretty explicit. There's um, some nudity and everything, and kind of like Game of Thrones. But I was thinking more of the. Oh, shut up!
I guess I have to watch it now.
Yeah, but it's pretty gory, and I wanted to hear you guys' opinions on when do you think shows or series are kind of going over the top with gore, like when they're not being realistic or a certain setting, um, wherever they're fighting. Like, what situations do you think there's a good amount of gore and or it might be just over the top?
Oh, Mortal
I'd
Kombat.
say like what?
Oh no, go ahead.
What about Mortal Kombat? Or
I was gonna say Mortal Kombat comes to mind.
oh.
That's kind of his thing though, so I don't mind too much with that. But what were you gonna say?
I guess my thought process is like it depends on how frequently the gore pops up. Like, I guess it depends on the show too. But I feel like if it's just like all over the place, then it's kind of like edgy and just like intense. But then again, it depends on what type of show you're watching. So if it's a more violent show, then of course it'll probably be more gore. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like for me, it depends on walls being shown. I guess.
Want to say
Like-
that again?
For me, it depends on like what all's being shown and what it's happening to. Okay, so there was these things called biopics. They were kind of like a mix between a book and a movie that were coming out a few years ago. I remember there was one really freaky one called Little Horrors. It came out around Halloween. So,
Oh yeah.
oh, have you heard of that one?
Well, there's actually a game called Little Horrors, and I wonder if they're related because I don't know about the what you're talking about, but I wonder if they're related.
I think Little Nightmares.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking that actually. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know the game series you're talking about, but no, this one was it was like set in a world where little kids have to like find a safe house every night, or else they'll get eaten by monsters.
Hmm.
So, and if they're eaten, then they get wiped from existence. Like they disappear out of photographs, their families forget who they are. So, like as part of it, you can insert yourself in the story. So you're running around with you're running with your little brother trying to get to a safe house, and then the boogeyman catches up to you. And it's like it describes how with his claw he slits your little brother's throat, and this big red like cut started carving through the page. I was like, okay, no, thank you. So I mean, yeah, I guess it bothers me a lot more when gore is inflicted on children or pregnant women.
Hmm.
So, because like Hammer and I have played, well, all three of us have played Doom, and we love that game. Because, we're just chainsawing demons in half, and it's like, whatever, they're demons. But if we're playing a game where we're like ripping human beings in half, then I start to get uncomfortable with it.
Well, then, would you think it's okay if the demons made a video game for themselves and they were killing humans? It'd probably be okay.
Well, I'd probably be better off doing that than actually killing humans.
Yeah,
The
but
media. Imagine the media for that. Demons would rather kill virtual humans than real ones.
so, so for kind of going off that though, then for a situation kind of like Doom and how they kill things, you wouldn't want to see that with humans. But with like a game that's called Destroy All Humans, the I don't know if you remember that game. They
Oh,
actually
yeah.
just remade it. You would be more okay with that because it's not that type of same level, I guess.
Yeah, like you're not chainsawing people in half or ripping their heads off
Okay, okay.
or beheading them
Yeah.
or cutting them open and pulling their heart out.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, so the reason why I thought about this topic, I mean, obviously I mentioned the Castlevania, but it also made me think of some um, other series. Like one that's kind of more infamous, at least in the anime world, is called Blood Sea, and I believe it's about vampires. But um, there's also kind of just demons that eat humans and everything. And I really feel they kind of go over the top, and they're just trying to be edgy. Like, there's this one scene where these giant demons that they have kind of like a marble bag, if you guys remember those. I'm kind of be weird right now. Like a
Oh,
coin pouch, like in a medieval setting.
oh, okay. Yeah.
But there's humans inside, just like a bunch of them, and they would take one out and kind of rip it in half and eat it, or drink all the blood.
Oh, so it's
And
like a snack bag.
oh, what? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, there's so much more blood coming out of that body than what that body has.
Yeah, and you've been around actual cadavers, so
Yeah, and I'm like, you're pushing it. Like you're just being trying to be, oh, blood. I love blood. I'm cool. Um, but I don't know. I can ask Lemon about this actually. Um, because he's actually watched Game of Thrones. How would you say the level of gore in that show is? Did they do a pretty good job? Or
Yeah, I feel like it fits the setting. Like it wasn't out of place. Like the whole point of that show is to show like how messed up like politics in the world was in the medieval times, you know. So I feel like it fit that story and that type of thing. But I feel like it does have its place. It depends on what type of show you're trying to tell. I feel like I don't really like gore if it's like played off for comedic effect or for edgy effect, but if it's like to show like realism or like or trying to get or try to I don't know shock the audience, but like not overdoing it. Like I feel like it has its place. Like for
Okay.
example, if you're watching like a war movie and like a bunch of people get shot, you want to see how it actually happened and like how dirty and messed up war is. And I almost feel like showing gore realistically is almost better because in like all these Marvel shows, you see all these people getting thrown around and like beat up, but they don't actually hurt that much. But in real life, people get like broken bones, and it's like not pretty. Like broken bones go through skin, and people getting and I feel like it's good to show like um, the cost of violence or the effects of violence realistically in certain media, but it also depends on what type of story you're trying to tell too.
Mhm.
Huh.
So, what you guys would say, at least in the first Alien movie, when the chest burster comes out, the alien pops out, that would be like a pretty good level.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the whole point of the movie is to be a horror, and horror is supposed to like shock you, and it's not like there's gore happening all around the place for the sake of gore. Like the reason why it stuck out so much is that that's the first thing that happened within like that's the first like really bloody moment in like like an hour or like 45 minutes at least of just like them walking around, and whatnot. So
Yeah, it actually is a pretty long movie, or slow movie, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
so I prefer like to have like those intense gory moments rather like fewer in between because it stands out more.
Hmm.
Like if your TV or the movie is like having gore all the time, then it gets kind of desensitizing. But if like you have like a normal thing, but then all of a sudden like a really gory moment happens, it really stands out.
All
Yeah.
right. Thanks for indulging me on this topic. And I guess we'll move on to the next topic. Lemon, would you like to introduce yours?
Yes, I would love to. So recently, I discovered this video game or indie video game that's being developed right now called Death Trash, and it's basically like a spirit or a spiritual successor of Fallout. Like the fans of like the original Fallout decided to get together and create like their own version of Fallout, basically, and it looks pretty cool. But I just want to get you guys' opinions on like indie video games and what's your experience with indie games has been.
Um, Pretty good, honestly. Like, I feel like indie games are kind of your local market compared to a big chain store like Walmart or Target.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, like you find it doesn't have as big of a selection, but you will find stuff that people put their heart and soul into, and it's really appealing in that way. Like well, some of the big ones, of course, are Shantae, Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight, and for Lemon and I, we played Bloodstained and absolutely loved it.
You mean me?
Yeah, sorry, not Lemon, Hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember playing
Yeah,
that game.
yeah,
Is that
Hammer and I.
considered an indie game though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess just
Yeah, I
different
mean,
levels of indiness. Indiness.
yeah, like it was funded by a Kickstarter. It was started by a guy that helped develop Castlevania.
Oh, so
So I guess
it
it's
was
kind
by
of like
one
a
of the
big
guys that did that.
developer, but small budget.
Oh, I see. I thought like it was the same team that did Castlevania. Okay, that makes more sense.
It was actually cool because the guys that own Castlevania, I think it's Konami, told him that people don't want to play stuff like that anymore. So he said, "I'll prove them wrong," and made a big pitch for it, and it became the most funded Kickstarter in history for at least a few months. So, and
That's
yeah, they
true.
came out with a really good video game. He was the one that developed Symphony of the Night, which is supposed to be one of the best Castlevania games ever made.
Yep, that one's fun.
So possibly one of the greatest games ever. But yeah, that's been a big success one, and they're making a second one now. What I like about indie games is I feel like they take a lot more risks than some AAA studios do nowadays. So you get more creative content.
Yeah, definitely. I like the yeah, I like how they take risks. So like a lot of the AAA games feel like they have to play it safe because they have to like appeal to a larger audience, but indie games are like appeal to like more niche audiences, so you get more intriguing experiences.
Yeah, like I remember, I think it was a few months ago, actually, we were talking about it when we were all in college together, the good old days. Yeah, the Angry Joe Show did a thing on this new indie game. We were like a cyberpunk investigator trying to figure out a paranormal mystery. So, and the reason that they brought it up was because there was like an outcry. The main character was really busty. And the developers said, like, well, we don't care. Like, this is how we designed her. This is the story we want to tell. We're not going to censor it because we don't feel like we have a reason to. So, and it was kind of like, yeah, because I think a lot of AAA studios would have been like, oh, okay, we don't want to hurt our bottom line. Indie guys are like, we don't care. Screw you guys. We do what we want.
Yeah, I always feel like the indie games always have like more intriguing like stories to tell and like more interesting experiences. For example, I think my favorite indie games have been Senua's Sacrifice, I think it's called. Yeah, it's the Viking girl or like the Celtic chick with mental illness and also Subnautica. Like those
Oh,
games
Hellblade?
are like yeah, Hellblade, yeah, that one.
That was an
I
indie
feel
game?
like yeah, it's kind of like it wasn't like a triple A game, but
Huh.
it was like a double A. It was like made by 10 people, I think. 10 or 20. It's like a small team. But I think it's like really cool how they're actually trying to push and do more creative stuff. And I remember those are the ones that kind of stick with me more than these like random AAA games that just trying to pump out cash, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the same thought though. Like it's kind of nice having like the high qualityness of AAA games. Like sometimes indie games can be kind of lower quality, I guess, or a lot of heart, but not a lot of stuff. Yeah, but
Polish,
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah, polish. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But at the same time, though, it's like they're smaller, so you can't really expect too much from it, you know.
yeah. So I kind of, well, I don't feel that bad, but I have some different opinion than you guys. Um, I do enjoy the indie games. Of course, you guys see me play a few of them,
Mhm.
and I guess probably the biggest one that I played, you might be able to debate if it was indie or not, Ori, but now it's not so much because it gained a lot of traction and it came out with a sequel and everything.
Mhm.
And so I don't know if it would be really indie-ish, but
Mhm.
um, and of course the ones that not Lemon, sorry, Mako I mentioned. I played a few of those.
Mhm.
I feel like a good amount of them have to put in more heart into their games so they would stick out. Because I've actually if you just look on Steam, there's a ton of indie games.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel not as many that are being, well, obviously, but there's a more smaller percentage of ones that are making it versus that aren't making it. Um, at least sales wise.
Mhm.
And but I also think that's also just more of just budgeting. They just aren't able to advertise as much, and they rely on the
Word of mouth.
yeah advertisement to people. Um, or hope that someone famous plays it, a Twitch person or something, and it gets big that way or something like that. But I definitely enjoyed um the heart and soul. I guess we're using that term of the ones that have passed that boundary. Um, one that is older now, the Castle Crashers.
Oh,
Um, you might not say it's indie because it was made by a whole internet page that was big at the time, called Newgrounds. But the page itself made the Kickstarter type thing that they used to fund it, and they had music artists that were big on that page, do music for it and everything. It was kind of more of a community type game. Um, but like the music's really fun and it just got really popular. I mean, Bloodstain had good music.
Mhm.
A couple other indie games, like people say, a Hollow Knight has amazing music and everything. And then the art style is never the same um, game to game with indie games. And I also want to say that's because they're trying to stick out, get that attention.
And there's also a lot of indie games that are kind of reverting back to the retro style, I guess. That's probably because they're low budget, so they have to settle for that too.
Yeah, which isn't bad. There's some really gorgeous games by small teams.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what you
Yeah.
guys said. Oh goodness, I was thinking of a game now that you reminded me. I'll think of it and then I'll bring it up if I remember.
Uh,
By the way, have you guys ever heard of the Stanley Paradox?
it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. That's about it.
Yeah, it's kind of a bizarre game. So like you start off as like just a first person like office worker. You walk in and there's like a narrator telling you
Oh
what to
yes,
do.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and you could choose to like ignore the narrator and whatnot. That is one indie game I think is really interesting, but it's not a game I really want to play that much. It's kind of
Yeah.
annoying, but yeah, like with all the things I've said, like there's still some really crappy indie games out there, and there's some that just kind of rub me the wrong way. But and again, it's okay to. I think it's good for them to be creative and try to stand out because if you stand out, not everyone's gonna like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
the
and then
worst.
uh-huh.
I think the worst are when not like an honest indie game. It's more just a cheap knockoff. Someone thought they could make money off of.
Yeah.
Like Iron Pineapple. For those of you who don't know, he's a YouTube channel that's famous for his Dark Souls videos. Like he makes Dark Souls look like a lot of fun. He's one of the reasons I bought it. But every now and then a video where he plays like some Dark Souls like games, and they're usually these really badly reviewed ones on Steam. Just you see
Oh yeah,
how
I think I know what
programmed
you're
they
talking
are.
about.
Yeah. You see how badly programmed they are, how like badly thought out the mechanics are, and you're like, okay, this was either someone who thought, hey, I have a great idea, I should try it out, and they just didn't put enough effort into it to make it fully flesh out, I guess, or they were just like, hey, maybe if we copy this popular thing, we will make all the money.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. There is one case where like it was a high school class that was trying to do it for an assignment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's the same one we're talking about, but yeah, just because it's indie doesn't make it automatically good either.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Good.
Mhm. Well, I was thinking you made me think there, Mako, about Dark Souls esque type games, and I feel like they need to be careful for any creator of not oversaturating the industry, because I mean, yeah, they might have a good Dark Soul esque type game, but they need to remember that people are going to still put in 50 to 100 plus hours into that game. And so if you put out 5 at the same time, they are not going to spread those hours out. They're going to focus on what that they enjoy the most.
Yeah, like it's kind of like how last December, almost every game that came out during that time struggled because everyone was saving up their money and time for Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And then that didn't work out, so all the other teams were happy.
Really?
Yeah, we've talked at length about that. Yeah, for example, Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is a great game. I love it.
I still need to play that. I'm sorry. Okay.
My sister needs to
Which
play
game?
it. I think you'll remember it. It's Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Oh yeah, that one, the Greek one.
Yeah. So that one, I think everything points to it struggling a lot its first few weeks, mainly because it came out like a week before Cyberpunk. And then once Cyberpunk, hit the ground, suddenly Phoenix started doing really well. And like now Ubisoft's talking about how happy they are with the sales and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that because it was half off on Amazon for a while. I don't know if it is anymore. Really good steal for game.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ubisoft's always having sales, so even if it's not half off now, it'll probably be like 30% off next month.
That's true.
So, but speaking of that game, go ahead.
I just wanted to go back to Dark Souls really fast. There's this artist. I probably will share it with you guys. That had really fun art. I want to say if it was Demon Souls instead of Dark Souls, and it has the character that you play and this girl that's at the hub in that game that everyone kind of fawns over and everything.
Oh, the Maiden in Black?
Yes. And they kind of shipped the characters together. And it's really fun. Oh, okay, it's their name is Your Freaky Neighbor. And I'll probably share them all with you too on our chat. And like the guy proposes to her and everything, and it's all cute. And it's just great. I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, okay. Something wholesome.
Yeah.
So that's the last thing I wanted to throw out. I kind of like it when big developers kind of take on an indie mindset. Because it feels like every now and then some of the development teams within a big company will be like, hey, I have an idea for a game that's not one of our pre-established franchises. And they'll approach their boss about it. Boss will be like, all right, here's a little bit of money, go make it. And they actually make it. They end up making something really good. So like Phoenix, I kind of feel like was an example of that because they just came up with that idea while they were making Assassin's Creed Odyssey because they accidentally did a glitch that turned all games into Cyclops. So,
really?
Yeah. So the dev team was like, you know what? That might actually be really fun. So they, I'm guessing, approached their boss afterwards and just said like, hey, we have an idea for a game and, got a bit of money, set it all up. And yeah, I came out with that and it turned out great. Another example, I think, is Star Wars Squadrons. Because with that one, the dev team just said, yeah, we were talking about TIE Fighter and X-Wing, the classic kind of fighter simulator games, how much we loved them. And we finally decided to ask EA if we could make one, if we could make like a reboot of it. So, they put it together. It only cost $40 plans for DLC and ended up being such a huge hit that they did release DLC for it. And yeah, I think like people were saying it's one of the best games EA.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it, playing with your father and just how memorable it is, I guess you could say.
What, Squadrons?
Yeah. Yeah, because, I think it's always been kind of a dream of fans, Star Wars fans, since the original trilogy to, be in those ships.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why X-Wing and TIE Fighter were so big back in the day. And now they get to relive it.
Yeah.
I mean, now everybody's hoping they'll make a prequel trilogy version.
Oh, that would be fun.
Maybe The Mandalorian.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Lemon, anything else?
Nope, I think that's it for that topic.
All right, we'll move on with our last topic. Mako, would you like to start us start us off, please.
Yeah. So this was actually something Lemon and I were talking about. So it's about games based off movies, and yeah, those have a history, really, a history of suckage. Because I remember from the 2000s, well, as soon as video games became more popular, there have been like movie tie-ins, and some of them have been interesting. Most of them have sucked. So, and I fell into that trap when I was younger. Because after Transformers came out, I was like, "Oh yeah, there's a Transformers game. That sounds like a lot of fun." Oh, it was so bad.
I
Like
remember that
just
game.
yeah. Did you play it?
Was it for the PlayStation or for the Xbox?
I think it was for both.
Yeah, those were both.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure I played it on PlayStation. But yeah, it's
Maybe it
like
was, yeah.
it seemed like a lot of fun. You know, you're a Transformer running around an open world. You're Optimus. You're Starscream. You're Megatron. But then they screwed up from there. It's like there's no replayability. There are some missions you can't even go back to after you finish them, so you can't play as those characters anymore. They're like the bonus features or that they touted are just a bunch of stills from the movie that you could watch at any time. So yeah, it sucked. It was just a cash grab that they slapped together.
I remember
Megatron,
having fun with it.
yeah.
But then
No,
again, I was a lot easier to please back then when I played on the PlayStation. PlayStation 2.
yeah. And like I still had
But
fun tearing around it. It was just like after a while I realized how
yeah, it wasn't a game you wanted to keep. Like I remember I gave it away to like GameStop and traded it in for like freaking $1 or something like that.
$1.
Something like
I'd
that.
sell that for $1.
Okay. So, one game. Well, the Star Wars games have been good. That's been based on movies, but they're not always particularly following scene by scene cutscenes of the movies. They kind of expanded a little bit on that, which has been good.
Yeah.
I've also played the. You just said them, not the Transformers games,
Yeah.
and I will say the ones that are based off the movies suck.
Mm-hmm.
All of them do. I've played all the ones on the 360, and there's like 4 of them.
Oh goodness.
But there's 2 of them that are actually not bad, and because those ones they may be based off the movies, I've only seen the first movie. I'm not apologizing. I don't care. But the one where you are on Cybertron, and then I think you might go to Earth. I can't remember. But that one was actually pretty good. The fighting was pretty good and everything. It came out like in 2012, 2014, something like that. And
Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
that one was good.
Yeah. But then there's the complete opposite of the Iron Man games.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, if you've seen my gamer tag on Xbox, you've seen that I 100%ed the Iron Man game, the first one. I was going through a period that I would try to get all the achievements I could, and so I checked that out from the library and went through it. There was times that it wasn't bad, but it still sucked. And I got all of it. And then I tried the second game. All the controls were different. Um, the starting was totally weird. The graphics were better, but they didn't look good. It wasn't a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it's actually like a good game or if it's just a cash grab.
Yeah.
I had a few like fun ones. I remember like Revenge of the Sith for Star Wars #3. I remember I really had fun with that one.
Yeah, that one's good.
And yeah, I really like that one. I think because it added a lot to the story and like they actually put in really good like lightsaber mechanics. or fight
Yeah.
scenes with it. It wasn't just like soft hit, hard hit. It was actually like a stab and jab, and you can make combos and whatnot. But anyways, another one I really liked was the Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
especially number 2.
Those are
Oh
like a
yeah,
whole
that's great.
genre in and of themselves. Didn't you
That's
love?
true.
Oh, didn't you love how like they would show cutscenes in the movie and then it would transition into game graphics?
Yeah.
That's,
That was so
that's so
cool.
corny.
So corny. You take that back.
But it's cool at the same time. I never
Yeah.
beat that game though, because I remember I think the last number 2 at least in Battle of Helm's Deep. I remember it was just so hard I never beat it.
Mm.
Nah.
But maybe if I just try as an adult, I can do it.
Yeah, you probably could,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I remember playing that again, and there was like a fight arena, but the way that it kind of worked out, you could use that to like farm experience, and
Yeah.
you could just make your character super strong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the one where you play as Saruman too.
Yeah,
Oh really?
Yeah, he was
I
like
didn't
a
know that.
bonus character you could unlock.
yeah.
He was
Ah.
kind of just a reskin for Gandalf, though.
Hmm.
But there actually is another Lord of the Rings game. It's the Two Towers again, but it's for the Game Boy Advanced,
What?
and yeah, it was okay. Um, it wasn't that bad for a Game Boy game, but there's this certain things that they couldn't really flesh out in that game. Um, yeah, yeah, it was more mediocre side.
Yeah.
Hmm. It seemed like the video game or video game movies or whatever they were, they kind of like died off a bit. I remember like for the PlayStation 2 era and Xbox 360, there was like a bunch of them.
Hmm.
Like I remember playing like Prince Caspian, like Narnia, a little bit.
I didn't know that
That
You
was
guys
a
existed.
ever play
game.
that one?
Yeah, I didn't know that was around.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was kind of interesting. I didn't beat it, but yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, they kind of died off. It seems like most of the ones I think of are like for the PlayStation 2 or for the Xbox. There's not really many modern ones. Maybe because
Yeah.
video games have gone so expensive and so like intense that it's really hard to like actually build. You can't just pull a cheap team together and build it anymore. It's really a big deal when you pull it together.
Yeah, and I think.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh no.
Oh. Well, I think customers are more demanding nowadays too. Like they demand quality.
That's true. And plus with the new like hardware stuff that you can accomplish with the hardware, they expect it to be like that every time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's like this looks like an Xbox 360 game on my PlayStation 4. Like, why is it? You know,
Yeah.
you can't expect it all to stay at that same level.
Yeah.
I feel like indie games are the only ones that kind of break um, that expectation. Like, oh, it's indie game, it's okay.
Yeah.
I also feel that a lot of the games that they're putting out there are trying to give you kind of movie experience, cinema experience, with the cutscenes and just kind of how they wrote the stories out.
Yeah, I think we have Uncharted to thank for that.
Yeah.
Very cinematic.
Well, and also Final Fantasy. I remember Final Fantasy 13 where it has like a 20-minute opening cutscene.
Oh,
It was like, okay, I could just watch this on YouTube, but make it unskippable.
And then there's freaking Metal Gear Solid 5, where the entire prologue is like an hour long, and most of it's just you moving the stick around.
Oh, really?
Gosh.
Yeah. I was like, I got it as some kind of demo. I was like, well, the demo was not long enough for me to figure out if I like it. Yeah, luckily it was on Game Pass, so I got to try it properly, and then I ended up liking it.
Dang. What do you guys think about like those games that are more heavy on the story side? I guess we talked about it in the past, but yeah, just around thought.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, what do you guys say There's a difference though when there's movies that are made from video games.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the Street Fighter movie?
No.
Yeah.
I have not.
It's whole new levels of campy. It's so oh my gosh. I mean, everybody loves the actor that plays the main villain because he actually put a lot of effort into it. He studied Mussolini to get an idea of how a dictator should talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he actually played the dad in the Addams Family too, which makes it even funnier.
What?
Yeah, that guy.
I gotta look this up now.
Yeah, it's like super corny, super campy, but a lot of people, it does have a fan base just because of that. So, and
Man, it
what's
came
his,
out in '94.
yeah, and Claude Van Damme is the main character. Uh,
Okay, I want you guys guess what the rating is on Rotten Tomatoes for this movie is.
32.
0.5.
13.
What?
Yeah.
It made about triple its budget though.
Yeah,
There we go.
sounds about right. It sucks, but we loved it.
Yeah, the budget was 35 million and the box office was 99.4.
Oh goodness.
Props
Take
to
that,
them.
Mortal Kombat. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure Mortal Kombat had more success.
Wait, did that movie come out?
Yeah, it came out last April.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Lemon, if you saw it.
Nah, I figured I'll watch it when it comes online for free or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Like I heard. Go ahead.
they're making another animated one.
Oh, there you go. That one I'd be
Yep.
excited to see. I like the animated one.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, Scorpion's Revenge. I'd be willing to watch that again.
Yeah, I like the animated one better because from what I heard from the reviews, it felt like the Mortal Kombat, the one that just came out, like the story makes no sense, but yet they put a lot of effort into like the action scenes. Like,
Yeah.
Mm,
you can't expect that, but at the same time, though, it's like I might as well just watch it on the fight scenes on YouTube. Just watch clips
Yeah.
here and there.
Yeah.
yeah, but it does have a 55% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
but I
there you
Did it
mean,
go.
make
I didn't check what it made. Sorry.
did it make triple its budget?
Yeah, I would see.
You know,
But I will say, the
oh,
Mortal
there it is.
Kombat movie, or was it talking about the Mortal Kombat movie? But anyways, it does look good,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Well, then there's the Monster Hunter movie, which I still need to see just because it's Monster Hunter, even though it looked like it was pretty bad.
oh goodness, yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, I fully meant to watch it because even Bullshark wanted to go see it. So
Oh, you did really?
yeah, I think we
Yeah.
just got too caught up with school because it was coming out like a week or two before finals.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and also you reminded me. Thank you. Our buddy Bullshark, he would say, "Don't trust the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. You always trust the viewer score.
The what
True
score?
that.
The viewer,
Oh yeah, the viewer score.
yeah. Because I mean, we're not professional critics, and usually we don't agree with professional critics.
Right.
Like professional critics gave Finding Dory a 94%. I would have given it an
What?
84 maybe.
The live
But
action or
Lemon,
the original?
What?
The live action Finding Dory?
What? No.
Wait, what was?
no,
Wait.
Finding Dory.
Oh, I don't know why. For some reason, my mind processed Finding Dory. I'm like, what?
Oh.
How did it explore? I don't know
No,
why. I don't know why my mind processed that. Might be my little small brain moment or brain fart moment.
I heard that one actually was decent.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that thing existed. Did you guys watch Kim Possible growing up?
oh yeah.
I didn't
Apparently
have it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they made like a live action of that, but I heard it was pretty terrible.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
I saw an in-depth review of it. And there's like a part where the bad guy is like, "Henchmen, come forth," and then Shigo says, "No, hench women." And they're all just women dressed as henchmen. It's so
Oh
stupid.
gosh, that's too funny.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, I heard. Let's see. There's the Assassin's Creed movie. I heard that was terrible.
It's alright.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. For some reason, my cousin wanted to watch it. I think it's because she had a crush on like the main actor.
Oh, Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking the character that played just like that's based off for Ezio. I was like, oh yeah, that's reasonable.
Oh yeah, Ezio's a good looking guy.
Yeah. I think my favorite movie that's based off a video game would be Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. And then
That was a
probably
fun one.
Detective Pikachu for me.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's right. You weren't. Oh.
I forgot. Is nobody going to mention the Doom movie?
Oh.
No.
Oh, which one? Because they're both pretty.
The recent Annihilation, I think.
Oh gosh.
It's kind of fun just watching a YouTube reviewer just trash it, and just it's really fun watching that.
It's still every now and then I watch that video of Doom guy laughing at it. It cracks me up.
Oh yeah, that was great. But it's like, why would you do a Doom movie and the strongest enemy is an imp?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Why would you take out Doom guy? I will say the first Doom movie at least was kind of clever because they had a part where they make it like a first-person shooter.
Oh really?
Yeah, that part
The
was
Rock.
clever at least.
Wasn't The Rock the main actor in that movie?
I think he was like the main bad guy.
Yeah, he ends up being the antagonist.
Oh, bummer.
Problem with that movie though is that they aren't demons; they're mutants created by an ancient Martian super virus or something.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't follow the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he should have just made his own different movie. It probably would have done fine.
Yeah. On this one lady's like, "This place is like hell for us," and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, that's a connection, sure."
Right.
Yeah. I want to say the video game movie that I've seen the most effort put into was Prince of Persia.
Oh, that was pretty good. Well, I never played the video game, so I can't tell, but yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I played Sands of Time, but I haven't watched the movie. But what I've seen though, at least, is that it doesn't really follow the game story that well. But I think by itself, it's not bad.
Oh, and speaking of that, they're coming out with the Borderlands movie. They wrapped up production.
Oh, why? I'm sorry. Borderlands is.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's too loony to make a live action movie out of it. I could see like some animated shorts or something, but
yeah, that'd be better.
And like there's a kind of leak of the description for it. It's absolutely no story. Yeah, like it has nothing to do with the game story. There's just a few characters that are names, but then they do have Kate Blanchett and Kevin Hart and a bunch of other big actors. So there's that, I guess.
Yeah, I hope they just do more of a short movie, a little side story, and don't push their luck.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't take itself too seriously.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of agree. I hope they do short stories.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, last thing I want to mention is there's also like almost a gameception thing. It's actually this Street Fighter movie. They made the movie based off the game, and then they made a game based off the movie.
Well, what?
Why? All right, sure.
Yeah, in the original Mortal Kombat games, like the animations were done by photographing real people just doing poses and stringing them together to make it look like they were moving.
Mm-hmm.
So they just did the same thing, but with the actors from Street Fighter, the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! What? Okay,
yeah.
That's actually kind of funny.
Did you guys hear that Smash is having a new character
Tekken.
Tekken. Yeah, Tekken.
Oh yeah, Kazuya.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Have you played Tekken before?
To play Tekken, but I kind of want to now.
Smart strategy. I mean, marketing strategy, isn't it? Well, is Mad Max based off of a video game, or is the video game based off the movie?
I have no idea.
Wait, what?
Because apparently there's like a Mad Max video game, but I'm not sure which came first, the movie or the video game.
Oh, the movie.
Oh, the movie came first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I heard that one's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ratings. I guess it's kind of making a comeback a little bit because there was the Terminator video game that came out recently that had good reviews. But
Oh yeah, that one.
yeah, it's definitely not as big of a boom as it was in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind with them retrying some movies into video games again, because the recent ones have been horrible. Like it was first Alien Isolation, but then they did one based off the first Alien movie, and they did a pretty good job. It was just the ending part of the movie where you're trying to escape from the ship.
But it was like DLC or something like that.
Yeah, but they did a pretty good job, and I wouldn't mind them doing similar types of things for other movies.
Yeah.
I wonder how a Dead Space movie would turn out.
There's two.
There's two.
Oh,
Oh, I mean like
yeah.
5.
Oh, I don't know how live action would fit. Um,
It's
they,
probably a very dark movie.
yeah, and I don't think it would do that well.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, maybe not.
But
So
whatever.
the appeal of Dead Space is like playing it yourself, I guess. Is not really much of a story. I mean,
Yeah.
there is a story, but I'm not sure if it's really that much fun on its own versus actually playing it, you know? You know what I mean? It's like one of those stories. It's like it's more fun to play through than it actually is, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely did it more for the you play it for more the suspense than the amazing writing. It's not horrible, but it's not amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing I like about Dead Space is like they made it really immersive and
Yeah, and
whatnot. So
hopefully they'll do the same with the Callisto project.
Goodness. Yeah, hopefully something comes out talking about it soon. I would like to kind of talk about that again a little bit. Another
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
episode at a time.
Yeah. All right. We'll call it good here.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining. It was pretty interesting topics. We'll
Yeah.
get this up as soon as we can.
All right. Thank you all for joining. See you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.